final battle is entirely a musical.
Deadly secrets hiding in my history.
As an anime watcher, you go in knowing things are inevitably gonna get a little weird. Children lose their souls playing cards, people are chased around by naked giants, whatever this is. But there are some anime that go beyond the expected realm of just weird and approach the absolutely diabolically unhinged. So this week I thought it would be fun to introduce you guys to some of the most unhinged anime concepts that I've ever seen. Buckle up. Starting nice and easy with Saint Oniisan. You think you need a vacation? Imagine being Jesus or Buddha. They're exhausted, so they decide to go on a vacation to good old Japan while learning about modern society, hiding their true identities, and having a surprisingly wholesome romance. And honestly, for someone like me who went to Catholic school growing up, it was a little satisfying to see Jesus getting memed on. There isn't really much in terms of an actual story to this series, as much as it is just the ridiculous situations that two religious deities would get into as they tried to, fit in with normal people. I also really like how they made Jesus and Buddha absolutely anxiety-ridden. You'd expect them to be really confident or at the very least like zenned out, but no, they're so nervous all the time, which makes the situations even funnier. One of them being Jesus giving his landlord a gift and sneezing and turning it into bread, and another being cats realizing they're broke and hungry and trying to sacrifice themselves to be barbecued. Saint Oniisan is weird, but it's a quick watch. There's 2 OVAs, 1 movie, and if you want to continue on from there, there's a manga too. But you'll know minutes into the first OVA if this is really an anime for you, so trust me, if it isn't, you won't waste much time. Our next unhinged anime concept is a throwback from 20 years ago, out in 2004, about a guy whose right hand becomes a girl. And no, before you ask, not that kind of anime. Basically, this guy is a delinquent. He is a troublemaker. He's a real rabble-rouser. His name is Seiji, who everyone knows because of his infamous devil's right hand, which sounds like it should be something that gets me demonetized, but it's actually just because he punches people really, really hard. The problem is, Seiji has no riz. He wants a girlfriend more than anything, but instead of, getting a girl's number, flirting a little bit, asking them on a date, he just approaches random women in the street and asks if they want to be his girlfriend. And then there's Midori, who has a crush on Seiji and likes him so much that one morning she wakes up and is replacing his fist while her body is in a coma. So like many weebs, Seiji enters into a long-term relationship with his right hand. If this for some reason appeals to you, it's only 12 or 13 episodes, but outside of the concept being absolute utter nonsense, it's pretty forgettable. The next one might be my favorite on the list, and it's just because it's so damn strange. Welcome to Sekko Boys. Miki gets a job managing musical artists and desperately wants to work with an idol group, and, well, she does, but they're statues. There's really not much else to this. It's basically what if an up-and-coming idol group was made of rocks, the anime. And the episodes are only 7 minutes, so if you're bored, you need a laugh, Sekko Boys might be a great choice for you. Now on the spicier side, we have Chained Soldier. It's set in a world where men are at the bottom of the food chain and women are at the top because they can eat magical fruit that give them powers. And with these powers, they can fight monsters when alternate dimensions randomly appear in the middle of Tokyo. But that's not the unhinged part. A guy gets trapped in one of these alternate dimensions and agrees to become a girl's slave by licking her finger and transforming into a CGI armored werewolf wearing pants. And her powers, yes, do let her transform these guys into strange humanoid beasts, but it comes with a price? To turn simps like him into slaves, she needs to reward them by vigorously, and I mean vigorously, making out with them. I think you know where this one's going. Chained Soldier is the newest anime on the list. It's currently airing. I think at the time of recording it has 4, maybe 5 episodes out, so if you're down bad enough, give it a watch. Kaiba may have the most interesting story on the list, but it also has by far the most off-putting animation. It's like Japanese Disney on acid. It's about this guy who wakes up with no memories, only a locket with a photo of a girl in it and a hole in his chest. In this world, people have memory chips that can be taken from their bodies and put in other ones. Think of it like a USB version of your soul. Poor people live on the dangerous surface while rich people live above the clouds, buying poor people bodies and switching their memory chips into them so they can essentially live forever. Anyways, back to our main man here. After he wakes up, he gets attacked and a bird with one eye, an astronaut helmet, and a butthole saves him and brings him to one of these poor villages. This show really is good. It'll just take you a little bit of time to acclimate yourself to the animation style and the bird's asshole. But once you do, you're honestly in for a real treat. It's 12 episodes worth of the most fever dream anime that I've ever seen, but I definitely think it's an underrated gem that people would love if they gave it a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. The final stop on our little adventure and possibly the most unhinged, Sarazanmai. Released in 2019 is a show about kappas. Basically frogs that walk on hind legs and have duckbills from Japanese myth. All right, put on your seatbelt. After breaking a statue, 2 kids awaken a kappa deity who rips an ancient organ out of their asses and shits them out in kappa form. And just to give you a taste, a wee morsel of what you're in for in episode 1, bootleg Amazon boxes are mysteriously flying away, and it's up to these 3 idiots to use their new kappa powers to defeat the zombie kappa that's stealing the boxes by pulling its organ out of its ass. And he's stealing the boxes because when he was a human, he would get naked and put them on his head. I almost forgot the final battle is entirely a musical.
Deadly secrets hiding in my history. How can I connect to you?
And I know you're thinking, Zach, this sounds absolutely awful, but it's honestly sort of good. Don't get me wrong, it's basically just fart joke level humor, but the animation and style is really aesthetic and clean. The music is a vibe, and the plot is passable. It's passable. Just try it, okay? Tell me if I'm batshit crazy. It's only 13 episodes, so it's an easy weekend binge. Oh God, guys, I don't think you realize how brain rotting it was getting the footage for this video. Like, I genuinely feel like I had an out-of-body experience watching myself watch Sarazanmai and just questioning all of my life decisions. Anyways, if it's your first time seeing me, my name's Zack, and I'm a small anime creator trying to build a community of, fellow anime fans. If you like the video, I'd really appreciate if you hit all the buttons below you, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Comment on which of these anime you're gonna be trying out, and I hope you come back for more content soon. See ya.